Mossendale completes the lineup, and we're all set. Ready for action. Race number 9, Supply and Demand is the favourite, and they're racing. Only jump fairly, Supply and Demand. Lazy Axel jump well together with Mossendale. Dreamforce away well in third, and now Supply and Demand mustering going to fourth, followed by Canacci on the outside of Pianissimo. Then came Mr. McBat, and Roaring to Win dropped back to last of all. So Lazy Axel's keen in the lead from Mossendale the outside. Leader won't drop its head. Dreamforce stalks the pair in third, followed by Supply and Demand, Pianissimo. Canacci's deeper out. Mr. McBat's railing through, and Roaring to Win is the last one. Down the side, and Lazy Axel on top. By a length or so to Mossendale. A couple after Dreamforce, followed by the favourite Supply and Demand from Mr. McBat. Then Pianissimo, Canacci, and Roaring to Win getting close to heels is the last one. Approaching the 600 metres, it's Lazy Axel on top. By a half on Mossendale. Dreamforce in third. Now Supply and Demand, and Canacci making runs coming around the corner. Further back to Mr. McBat, Pianissimo. Roaring to Win under the sticks last into the straight, and Dreamforce moves up to Mossendale. Supply and Demand, Canacci the outside, and further back to Roaring to Win. Up the rise now. Supply and Demand goes up to join Mossendale, and Dreamforce has had enough. Further back to Canacci. It's Supply and Demand getting level with Mossendale, who's kicking strongly. Supply and Demand, Mossendale. Jack Martin's getting plenty out of Mossendale. Roaring to Win with the last shot of them. He's flying, Roaring to Win. Lunge right on the post. Oh, close this. Roaring to Win lunging at Mossendale. Supply and Demand third, followed by Canacci. Dreamforce didn't close it off on the heavy conditions. Then came Pianissimo from Mr. McBat, and Lazy Axel was too keen in the lead and finished last. Mossendale, the inside of Roaring to Win, who's made that one last lunge. Jack Martin the inside. Brenton Avdulla on Roaring to Win, coming with his